I wonder when I'll use a carbon plate. Huh. Right, okay guys, welcome back to the channel. Now, you're probably wondering what is in the box. In fact, you're probably not wondering that because I've probably put it in the title.
Idiot!
But what we're going to do now is get this thing open and see what's inside. So as you can see, I've got a lovely little orange box. And if I just flip this thing over, the famous Nikes. Basically, as you guys know, I'm an OCR runner. Now, OCR runners typically do most of their training on trail. So I've never really had too many pairs of road running shoes, just because I do all my running on trail. But since that 5k PB, and since lockdown where I haven't been able to get to the trails as easily, I've been doing a lot more road running. Because I'm doing a lot more road running and the training block I'm in at the minute is very road running heavy, so I decided to invest in my first ever carbon plated shoe. Now, if we just open this bad boy up, and boom. Woo! Okay, these look fire. So the shoe I went for is the Nike, or Nike, depending where you're from, Zoom Fly Freeze. Now, the reason I went for this shoe is because, like I say, I'm a trail runner, so I don't do loads of road running. So in my head, I couldn't justify spending over £200 on a shoe that I'm not going to run in loads. Whereas the Nike Zoom Fly Freeze are basically one of the cheaper carbon plated shoes that Nike do. Done a bit of research online and got a lot of good reviews from them. Some bad, but a lot of good reviews. So I thought, you know what, what's the best thing to do in situations like this? It's just to test them out. So what I'm going to do now is I've got an interval session to do today. So I'm going to get this done in these shoes, and then I'm going to give you my first impressions, first thoughts after the run, so I can let you guys know how I got on with these shoes. Okay, so back from the run now. The run itself was 12 400 meter intervals. If you want to check out the details of the run, you can go into the link in the description below, and my Strava will be in there so you can properly check it out. Now, the shoes, the Zoom Fly Freeze. As you guys can tell, still new, dirty. You can see I've worn them, but brilliant. The shoe itself was really comfortable, didn't have any problems with hot spots. Some people have talked about when you have carbon plated shoes, if you're doing the slower miles, you find there's some hot spots in the carbon plate. I didn't really find that, and my warm up and cool down were pretty slow. Obviously this is a first impressions video, so I can't tell you everything that I've learned about these shoes because I've done one run. So it'd be wrong for me to say exactly how I found the shoes over different mileage because I haven't done the mileage. But what I did think would be a good question to answer is, a carbon fibre plate really worth it? Now, the answer to that question is not as simple as it sounds. I could say yes and I could say no, but it's somewhere in the middle. What I will say is, for someone that's been running for a bit of a longer time, that's trying to hit them PBs and is really trying to make a mark on their running, I would say yes. What I found on my first run with the carbon fibre plate is there is some propulsion. You do feel like the shoe is really trying to drive you forward. I felt really flat on my run today, which is a another good point and another good test, because it showed when I'm tired, the shoe was just giving me that little bit that I needed. If you look at the likes of Eliud Kipchoge, Mo Farah, to just name a few, they're all running now in carbon plates and they're all winning races. Also is because they're elite level athletes and they'd win in most shoes they use. If you actually look at some of your local races, I bet a lot of the people winning and a lot of the people that are doing well are in them carbon plated shoes. And I don't think every shoe would start to use carbon fibre plates if it really wasn't necessary. My views are, if you want to get a carbon plated shoe and try it out, go for it. So I hope that kind of answers your question. I know it's pretty obvious to say it's down to you and down to where you are as an athlete and if you've got the money to spend, but also is it worth it? I didn't have any troubles today with how my foot actually felt on the shoe. What I'm going to do is when I've run a little bit longer on the shoe, probably about 150 miles, I'll do a full review and how I found the whole general shoe. One thing I will say is I've never found, especially with Nike shoes, that I can get them on and it's comfortable straight away. Sometimes there's always little issues I find, and the more I wear the shoe, the comfortable it gets. With this shoe, however, there was none of that. As soon as they were on, I was ready to go. There was no aches in my feet. I couldn't feel any slipping, and the verdict of the video is my first impressions are they are worth the money. And hopefully this doesn't start an addiction of me going out and buying loads of different carbon plated shoes to test for you guys, but I'm already thinking of other video ideas where I can run some experiments to see which are quicker, if there's any differences, what I found comfortable. So keep an eye out on the channel just for that as well. I will be playing around with these shoes and other shoes a little bit more and putting them to the test. But yeah, that's going to be it. So if you've enjoyed this video, you feel like you've taken something away from this video, obviously it's just first impressions, so I can't give you all my thoughts on the shoe because some of them haven't developed yet. But make sure you go down, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, just to see some more videos and see me progress with the shoes. Also, if you want to hit the like button, we're going to make a goal in this video of 10 likes, the big massive 10. So if we hit that 10 likes, I'll do a whole shoe rotation video where I show you every shoe I use and what I use it for, especially now I've got a carbon shoe in that rotation. Yeah, that's it. So I'll catch you in the next one.